Texas has become the hub for corporate bankruptcy cases where big businesses try to avoid paying out lawsuits. And one judge in particular oversees most of those cases. So it shouldn't be surprising to learn that this judge is about as corrupt as possible. And the reports that are coming are just as ugly as you can imagine. Bankruptcy court matters in this country. This judge and this relationship with law firms that he's with have bastardized justice, not just in Texas, but all over this country. Pick it up.
Yeah, what we have here is Judge David Jones, U.S. bankruptcy judge David Jones in Texas. And prior to, this whole affair thing, New York, Delaware, that's where companies went to file bankruptcy. That's where all the businesses are either, located, or that's where they have their mailing address in Delaware. So that's where they would do bankruptcy. But then David Jones comes along and he says, you know what? I'm going to make Texas the place for corporations to go to get their bankruptcy protections, whether they're trying to keep money away from their shareholders or keep it away from, civil lawsuits. I'm going to help them. And he did that. And now Texas is the home of this. And in the process of this, he is having an affair with this corporate bankruptcy lawyer who fights for corporations to not have
Elizabeth Freeman.
Elizabeth Freeman.
Yeah, and she's with the Jones Law Firm over in Texas.
Yeah, and also connections with Kirkland Ellis.
Kirkland Ellis.
Well, she had a couple. You're right there, and so she was associated with several of them. And so what happens is he starts having an affair with her. Mm-hmm. She is getting all of these other lawyers. Hey, bring your bankruptcy case down here to my guy. Yeah. And he'll handle it. And of course, they've highlighted several dozen cases that she brought to him that he, of course, ruled in favor of for the corporation, screwing over consumers and investors.
Right. So here's the point that you can't miss on this, okay? The kind of rulings he would make would enable the corporation to keep money, to supposedly rebuild their company, when people who had lost millions of dollars are sitting out there saying, Judge, they have enough money to pay us. Can't you make them pay us? No. They need that money for reorganization. Typically in bankruptcy court, a vendor who might sell coffee machines to the company, unfortunately, they have a higher position of being paid than with the company that's in bankruptcy if they've killed or crippled or done horrible things to thousands of people. That coffee vendor has a superior position to all those people who are injured. Now that's where it begins. Yeah. That's just the overview. Here he had people that were out there saying, Judge, could you show us your math? And the judge would say, no, I'm not going to. What's his exact words? He says, that's not going to happen. In other words, one company would say they're worth $7 billion, Judge. Yeah. What are you doing? And the judge says, no. They're only worth $5 billion. And they'd say, well, can you show us the math? And they'd say, no, we're not going to show you the math. It was a love affair. And Kirkland and Ellis, don't miss this point. This law firm, this one of the biggest law firms in the world, by the way, knows about this love affair. They absolutely talk, they joke about it. Hey, let's take it to Judge Jones because he'll give us everything we want. The corporation will get everything. The creditors will get nothing. These people who have their lives invested in this corporation want a chance, are going to lose everything. I mean, that's what this is about.
And also to pay his girlfriend, he would have her listed as a referral attorney. Even if she had nothing to do with it, he would go out there and say, okay, well, no. She steered the case this way, so yes, some of these fees and all of that, they must go to her, 15%. Right. So he is also funneling money to this woman that he was having this affair with. And only resigned a couple days after this story initially came out.
He needs to be prosecuted.
Yes.
Okay. Now he's with his friend is Judge Marvin Isger. Okay, so it's Jones and Isger. They're like a team.
Yeah.
Bring your cases to us, and we're going to give you everything you want if you're a big corporation. And if my girlfriend, oh, by the way, says that this is something you should do. This is such an ugly story, man.
And it really, we're talking about all kinds of things. We're talking about pharmaceuticals. We're talking about energy companies. there is a good chance that people watching this, you were either directly
no
affected
question.
through your portfolio or somebody you know was directly affected being an employee of one of these companies. That's how sprawling this story is, what this man did by corrupting the entire justice system in the state of Texas for his benefit, for his girlfriend's benefit, and for the benefit of those other corporate
Okay,
lawyers.
let me tell you, you want to hear the real stinger on this right now? The company, Johnson & Johnson, that made baby powder, the talc that's killed thousands of women and will continue to kill thousands of women. You know where they're going for their new bankruptcy number 3? They're going to Texas. This story is almost endless with ugly. Isn't it?
It really is. And I will say, going through this whole thing, of all the horrible stories we've done over the years, this one, it may not be at the top. This one is close to the top. And because I want people to truly grasp how disgusting this story is. And if you get a chance, read the whole thing yourself, because it's shocking. It is nothing short of shocking.
It's absolutely hard to read.
Yeah.
Because you're reading this article about these judges and this woman and the law firm of Kirkland and Ellis. And I mean, to them, this is like big payday. This is a standing joke. We'll go in front of Judge Jones because he's having sex with Freeman.
Yeah.
And we're going to win. And oh, by the way, his girl he's having sex with, she's going to get paid extra money too. I don't know how it gets much uglier than that.
I'm sure it is, even the stuff we don't know about, though.